Hello Gemini, welcome back to the Lynx Tarot. This is Monica and this reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the rest of March through April 2023 or the next 30 days. This is your money and career reading and any spirit messages that want to come through. We're getting a lot of love messages too, so focus on money and career, but anything that wants to come through. We're jumping in here with the Wisdom of Tao. And we have walk away. Okay, there's something you need to walk away from, Gemini. Let go of burdens and worries. Surrender your ego and walk away. Feel the freedom and enlightenment as you rise above petty matters. Follow your inner quest and luxuriate in well-deserved peace of mind. Okay, this reminded me of a Gemini that I know. So this message might spread out to many of you Geminis listening. Now, I don't know if this Gemini felt guilty, but I know that they needed to free themselves from a certain situation. So I think some of you are freeing yourself from a certain situation or connection to someone, and you feel guilty about it because you feel so good and free. But you're really realizing how toxic the situation was. You know, being around this person made you feel very negative and you didn't want to feel that way. You didn't understand why that person just couldn't act right. But you're feeling good. And I think that you should let go of the guilt, okay? Because this is how it should be. And if you were to force yourself to be with this person or in this situation, you would have only been harming yourself and enabling the other person. So letting go of walking away, letting go and walking away has released you from these burdens and worries. And I feel like you are no longer worried about contemplating walking away because you've already done it. Okay, if you haven't yet done it, it's going to feel so good that that's not something on your mind anymore. Like, oh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to disengage from this? For some of you, it could be a job. So never leave a job if you need the money unless you have a new one. But it's going to feel like a real luxury when you free yourself from this connection, whether it's a job that is not, you know, serving you, personality conflicts, or a friendship, someone who's been demanding your time, someone you just don't want to be around, and you're finding a way to walk away without creating drama over the whole situation. And that's very good. Okay, so this is the Energy and Spirit Oracle. We have Creation and 37, and that breaks down to 10. So there's the ending of something that's been difficult going into something new and fresh, okay? Because 37, that breaks down to 10 because in numerology you add the single digits together. So 10s have to do with endings, which don't have to be bad. This to me is representing your freedom from this burden of this certain situation, and you're just so much happier. Like, look at the sun shining around the girl on this card. She's watering her flowers. It says soul expression and something new. So I feel like this previous connection to someone else or possibly a job has really dampened your soul, and you were not feeling good. You weren't feeling yourself. It was triggering negativity in you. And when you release that and walk away, this is more your energy. And you're bringing in new and different things that are healthier for you. And a lot of joy, okay? So I really love that for you, Gemini. Okay. So we have Ancestors and 28, and that breaks down to 10 again. So I really feel like there's a big change for you right now. Change for the better. The ending of some things that just weren't conducive to the lifestyle that you want or the happiness that you want. It says historical connections and purposes. Yeah, so, you know, you're just finding your purpose is different than what you were spending time on in some aspect of your life. I don't think every aspect though, Gemini, because you know, Gemini is good at, I think Gemini tends to be really good at, you know, having multiple things going on in their lives, but I feel like this one thing was really like pulling you down. Okay, and we have Family Tree and 14, which breaks down to 5, which is a number of change, expansion, and legacy. So I feel like you're spending more time and focus on the things that matter the most. I think something gave you a wake-up call recently, Gemini. And this includes your animal family if you have animals. Okay, expansion and legacy. You could be focusing on your work too in a different way, or finding new work if that's what you're looking for. Sorry, I just needed some water. If you hear a funny sound in the background, that's Bo, my cat. He's snoring right behind me here. He's on my community tab. So I've been saying this, you might want to check out my community tab if you're interested in seeing some of my cats. Bo is on there. More recently is Buddy the kitten. But if you scroll down, you'll see Bo. So Buddy's a little orange kitten, and Bo, he's a tabby, but he's got a lot of white, and he's the snorer. Okay, so this card just came out for Capricorn too, and I've shuffled well. So creation, you're creating money. This is financial independence. If you have a garden or you like to be outside in nature, this is you spending more time like where you want to be, not in that negativity that I was talking about before, okay? And this in turn will eventually bring you monetary gain and prosperity, because you need to be yourself, Gemini. Someone's been pulling you down, and I think the reason you stuck around with this person, it could have been like a bad friendship or something like that, or relationship, work, and it could be anything really, but I think you stuck around so long because you're like, it didn't have to be this way. So you know, why don't these people see the light? And you were just trying to enjoy what you were doing, but without fail, this other person kept ruining it somehow, and being with this person was not making you feel very good. And you just finally realized, okay, I need to remove myself because there's other stuff in life for me, and this ain't it. All right, let's clarify ancestors and family tree. So yeah, there's strong legacy energy here with family tree, and I feel that too with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, historical connections and purposes is being clarified by the Nine of Swords. So some of you may have gotten to this space of worry. Like, how can I get out of this situation? I can't stand this, and I just thought of something else. I worked at this job when I was around 19, 20 years old, and I worked with this girl who lived not too far from me, and she was just letting her life come crumbling down all around her. She couldn't afford to fix her car, and her car wasn't workable, and she asked me to give her a ride to work because she knew I drove right past where she lived. I was young. I felt like I couldn't come up with an excuse to not pick her up because we worked the same hours. And I didn't want to do it, and it was a problem. I didn't want her to rely on me. I hated it. I hated picking her up for work, riding to work with her, and dropping her back home at the end of the day. It was just a real nightmare, and I don't even remember how long it went on because this was a long time ago. But like, I really could not find it in me, probably because I was young, to say, you know, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore, because the only reason I could give her was, I don't want to. I don't want you sitting next to me to and from work every day. You know, I didn't want to say what was very obvious. There was like really no way around that without hurting her feelings. So, you know, my hours were my hours. They didn't change. What ended up happening was she ended up being let go. But that really bothered me for a long time, that I didn't know how to just say no. Again, I was young. You know, I really couldn't figure that one out. But if it were to happen again later in life, I would have handled it much different. I would have said, I'm really sorry, but I'm not the best person to rely on for a ride. And like, leave it at that, right? My point in this whole story, Gemini, is that if you haven't yet disconnected or disengaged from this person or situation, there is a way. There's no need to be sitting up all night worrying about this, okay? There's a way to do this. You got it. You got this, Gemini. Don't let this take from you anymore if you haven't already disconnected. All right, let's clarify family tree, and then we're going to do another row of clarifiers. Hang on a minute. All right, family tree is being clarified by the Five of Swords. Yeah, this is about picking your battles. Do you really want to suffer anymore? Haven't you suffered enough? Okay, you can figure this out and disengage, okay? It doesn't have to be a power struggle. You just have to make a declaration and disengage. Don't get into like emotional drama over it. Just own your own life, and that way, you know, that's the way to get out of this, I should say. All right, creation and Nine of Pentacles is being clarified by the Queen of Cups. So she's coming up a lot lately too. Strong intuition here. You're just going to come to know what you need to do. And you're not going to know why you know, but you're just going to know. And that's because your intuition is going to be that strong. You're going to be so much happier. And I feel like there's like a financial bonus coming in for you somehow. Somehow in life, there's this like financial gift coming your way. Ancestors and Nine of Swords is being clarified by Temperance. Yep. This will all come together if you let it. There also could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with, but not necessarily. It's important to look at the balance here, okay? Because that's what Temperance is all about. Does it really make sense for you to be lying awake worrying about that person you don't want to drive to work? Or that person that, I don't know, like you decide to take a class together, or I don't know, you just agreed to do something together that wasn't meant to last forever and you decide you don't want to do it anymore. Do you really need to stay up late at night worrying about that? Oh, and I got another story for you too. I know someone who didn't like their hairstylist anymore and was worried about, not going there anymore. Well, just don't make another appointment. That actually happened to me too. I just texted this person and said, I need to cancel my appointment. It didn't have to be that big of a deal. It would have been a bigger deal if I'd gone back and right in front of the person didn't reschedule when I typically do, because then that could have led to discomfort and, just unnecessary stuff, right? So, it was a situation where a text was appropriate enough and I just canceled the appointment. But I know someone who was this worried about it. Okay? Really? Is that really something worth losing sleep over? Because losing sleep affects every single aspect of our lives. Our health, so is it really worth it? So that's what you have to figure out, what's worth it, what's not, what do I want in my life, what has value, what doesn't, what's taking away the value of my life. Family tree, expansion, and legacy with the Five of Swords is being clarified by the Ten of Cups. Here's your legacy here. Similar to the Ten of Pentacles feeling, but this is like your dreams coming true, your home, your family, your pets, the people that matter the most to you. Okay, I feel like someone needs to focus on that and take a stand for that, and not this immaturity or that irresponsible person who, didn't want to fix their car and would rather get a free ride from this, young girl who drives by anyway. You know what I mean? Like that just, life isn't fair, but that was one of those like unfair moments where I was like young, impressionable, and had the same hours, blah, 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 blah. I already told you the story. Your power is here. Your power is here with the Five of Swords. You're saying, nope, putting my foot down, not doing this anymore. I don't have time. Canceling my appointment. Not paying for another class. You can still go, but I'm not going type thing. And life goes on, okay? Fire, strong emotion, passionate or hate. We have a house card here. Here's happiness. Yep, this disengagement is going to bring you a lot of happiness. And we have the apple. Temptation will test you. Temptation to make excuses. Temptation to not disengage, okay? But I feel like you're working through this. All right, Gemini. Let's clarify more with the tea leaf cards. Okay. We have the vine. Seek out information that will help you. All right, what else do we have here? The broom. New home, new attitude. I love this card. This house looks so cozy. And I love this here with the Ten of Cups. So this could be focusing on your home. Okay, maybe you're spending more time at home. Maybe this other thing you were doing or this other person you were hanging with was taking away from things you would have much rather done at home. Okay, so that's a really lovely message there. Okay, and we have wealth. Oh, yeah. Okay, wealth. So this connects with that legacy card. So maybe this is enabling you to focus more on building your wealth, building that legacy, your career. You're less distracted and less drained from this situation or friendship, friendship or relationship, and you can focus on the legacy, the wealth, the career. And look, we have success. Nice. Wind chimes. Oh, this is going to bring you so much peace and harmony. Okay, I feel like you're going to wish you had done this sooner. Let's get one more from here. We have the crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Yeah, that's the way that it should be, Gemini. Someone's been taking advantage, I think. And like I said, don't allow drama. Just disengage. You could have a really valid reason to disengage. Like I said, like now that I'm older and wiser, I would just say to someone, I'm sorry, I'm not really the best person to ask for a ride. I don't have to give them my life story why that is. And I don't have to say, because I don't want to see you every day on the way to work and back. Just say, I'm not the best person to ask, and be confident enough to leave it at that. At age 19, 20, I didn't have that confidence or life experience. So I felt very painted into a corner, and it really did take away from my quality of life for a while there. Okay, I hope these little stories help you. Okay, so payout, time to get, oh my God, time to get out of a situation. That is so funny that came up. We have forest, muddled, unclear thinking, but I feel like you're coming to clarity about this, Gemini. And inkpot, problems to be resolved. You're going to figure this out. You're going to feel so free, carefree, happy. And I feel like this is going to open you up to prosperity. And I keep seeing expansion and legacy on that family tree card. So whatever your family is to you, I feel like you're really building something. Or maybe this is for your future family. I think that for those of you who don't have a partner yet, but you wish to, and you wish to have a family, I feel like you're building something that's going to be really wonderful for that family, you know, once you do find it. Thank you so much for being here, Gemini. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Oh, Gemini, I take it back. I hope you didn't leave yet. I hope you didn't leave yet. I got so excited about these ending messages with the tea leaf cards that I forgot about the money and career oracle. I'm glad I didn't turn off the camera. Okay, we have control. Try to be a little more flexible and allow the universe to work its magic. Don't lose out on opportunities, because if it didn't come in the form you wanted, you know, don't lose out because it didn't come in the form you wanted, I should say. Sometimes blessings come in disguise. Stay open-minded to see the potential. Okay. Someone else just got that as well. All right. And these all have been shuffled. It's just sometimes repeat cards come out. It's uncanny how that happens. All right. Spirituality. Okay, you are being guided to discover your own unique spiritual path at this time. You may be called to become a spiritual advisor, healer, or anything in the occult. Your finances could use some spell work. Ask your angels and guides for assistance. So I'm not one for spell work, but I'm all about prayer. So maybe it's time to pray and call on your guides and angels for guidance and assistance. And we have helper. This is saying avoid giving too much of yourself while neglecting your own needs. And I think that's the main theme of this reading. Okay, yeah, I feel like that's the main vibe I'm getting from this card, even though there are many other definitions. It also says consider careers in customer service or any field you're able to care for others, but in a way that you wish to, not in a way that you're pressured to, right? Don't fear asking for help or accepting help if someone is willing to give you a hand. Awesome. All right, Gemini, I hope you stuck around for this last money and career messages. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.